Welcome back, everyone. We're gonna do monster exploration right now. We got stuff to do here.
Hi.
I have been wondering something.
Yes.
If I had not been your student, where would I be right now?
Dead and
Who would
buried.
I be? Do you ever think about that sort of thing, Professor? Ah, so you do think about such questions. You can never find answers, though, right? We cannot turn back time. So there is no way to go back and try a different path.
Yeah, we can't turn back time. Not even on maps. Gauntlets. Could go with you. Or I could just rampage with Dimitri.
Let's see you dodge this! Ah! On to the next battle. I won't stop here.
This is like the easiest tournament as long as you have extremely high strength. Because it's always considered you're attacking on player phase rather than enemy phase.
You're done!
Wow.
I swear it wasn't in vain.
That's some silver gauntlet plus me for free.
Right.
Who's in this room? Ash.
The very same night we liberated the capital, a messenger arrived from Deirdre. Claude must have predicted that we'd retake it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Claude's a hard person to read. It's obvious not much escapes his eye, though. Kind of unsettling, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. 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 Oh.
So war finally comes to the Alliance territories. I don't mean that there's never been fighting on Alliance soil, of course. There have been countless skirmishes between neighboring lords, as well as conflicts with Almyra. But this is an invasion by an army of the Empire. It's a whole different animal. I don't want to see my family get dragged into this. I hope we can drive back the Empire.
Of course. Dr. Bernadetta.
Claude. Which one was he again? Oh, right. Yeah, of course I remember him. It's just, I can't picture his face. Don't remember what he looks like. I'm not sure if I ever knew.
Well, Claude is a fairly forgettable character. In the grand context of the story here. He's literally like a footnote within the whole context of the entire story.
Maybe.
Who's that doc?
am being told you can see the sea from Deirdre. In Bridget, the sea has great closeness. I would be looking at it every day. But in Garrick Mach, we cannot look at the sea. So I am feeling drawn to Deirdre. Yes, I think the sea has much beauty, but can also be frightening.
Go down there first.
Okay.
Hey,
Ooh,
we
or
can't actually join you on the battlefield, but rest assured that we're there in spirit. We're doing everything we can to support the army, so give it your all out there. Hey!
crayfish. Hilda.
Took Ferdiad back, but I never found the time to go shopping there. When the war's over and the city is revitalized, I'd like to visit again. Will you come with me, Professor?
All right.
Oh, I'm so glad. Although, I suppose we have bigger things on our plate, like Claude. He's in big trouble. I bet my family is too. We have to help them, Professor. I know we can't lose with you on our side.
Yeah, this would be a great chance to have Claude's Hilda's
Hello
brother
there.
on the map.
Return soon, please.
You know, if you recruit Hilda, say her brother shows up on that map.
There's on. I hope things go. Hey, how about a favor?
Hey, welcome. Come again.
Hello there. Return soon, please. Hello! Tell your friends.
Professor?
Raphael.
We're gonna go help Claude? I haven't seen him in forever. Wonder how he's been. I chose this side because I believe in you, Professor. But it's not like I got anything against Claude.
What was he like?
Well, he loved parties. And he was full of some pretty good jokes. I got no clue what'll happen to the Alliance. But I sure hope Claude doesn't die.
I don't know. I could go either way.
What? Professor, it'll take a little while yet for the capital to be restored to its former glory. But it's not dead yet. Doesn't matter how many times you put the people of Ferdiad down. They'll get right back up again. Just you watch. Before long, things will be back to how they were.
Yeah. More teas.
No. Deirdre, huh? I've always wanted to go there. In Fargus, most of the towns are pretty much glorified fortresses.
Oh yeah.
So, to hear about a place called the Aquatic Capital, it just sounds so elegant. When the war's over, I hope I can visit with everyone there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I went to visit my adoptive father at his home in the capital. He
used to grovel at Cornelia's feet when the city was under her control. But after it was liberated, he started courting the kingdom instead. Absolutely. He's hopeless. I suppose when you're a merchant, that's all you know. No matter what becomes of it.
Yep. Oh, sorry. Good there.
Claude, eh? He always was sharp among his peers. Never let himself get caught up in conventions. He wasn't typical in Fodlan. I'd like to save him if we can.
He's too determined.
You may be right.
A hungry hero is no better than a well-fed soldier. Do you know that saying? No? That's because I just made it up. If you're hungry, you're never going to be at full strength. Keep your belly full and stay strong.
Okay.
Claude, eh? Never let...
I'm getting...
Now I have that. Stone.
I'm glad Dimitri and Claude don't have to fight one another. I am the daughter of an Alliance Lord, though, so I suppose that goes without saying. Having to fight with your former classmates is just so terribly sad.
No, not really. Aspar.
Right. Didn't they used to call Claude the Master Tactician? I want a nickname too. Maybe I'll get one if I can rescue him at Deirdre. I'll come up with a plan that's even better than his and earn a nickname for sure.
Wait till you get into Heroes. You'll get one then.
What do you think?
Leone.
This doesn't end with liberating the kingdom capital. Deirdre is next. That prince really works his people hard, doesn't he? Or should I be calling him a king now? Whatever the title is, he'll always be Dimitri to me.
Yeah.
That's right.
I like this. That?
That reminds me. Wow.
Alphabet column.
What do you think? If you travel east from the Alliance and cross Fodlan's throat, you enter the land of Almyra. House Goneril's territory touches the eastern border of the Alliance. They also have Lord Holst, the most valiant warrior in the Alliance. Tasked with keeping watch over the Almyrans' movements, he rarely leaves Goneril territory.
Yeah.
The Alliance leader is too demanding, and the prince is too soft-hearted, don't you think? They spilled much of each other's blood at Grondar. And they're
Not
still
really.
friends to the
All
end.
I did was slap
Sorry,
blood
shouldn't
and
complain.
the
I
Empire
know this
took
is
care of the
tactical
rest.
sound. Everyone seems on board with it, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't have any misgivings.
I think.
We're still searching for Lady Rhea. No news on that, I'm afraid. Lord Arundel, the Emperor's uncle, is the regent of the Empire. If we crush them at Deirdre, maybe we'll capture him and wring some clues out of him.
I was getting excited for our big Empire showdown. I spent so much time mentally preparing. Then we shifted focus to Deirdre. I hadn't been expecting that. But, as a knight who's sworn to serve the goddess, I cannot turn a blind ear to those who seek my aid.
Well, yeah.
Hey, you. You know,
Go up here. Faith.
singing is not.
Pardon me.
Incredible. Dimitri is going to Claude's aid. How great is that? It's like we've gone back to how things were 5 years ago. Just imagine if 80 was there too. I suppose you can't ever really go back to the way things were in the past.
So, listen. I heard that Deirdre is under attack. I hope Judith is all right. She may be the hero of Daphne,
Judith.
but facing the might of the Empire? I wish there was something more I could do. But I can only pray and hope.
Plenty of things you can do.
Please? Really? You know. Hey, you.
Right.
Sylvain.
About Deirdre, the aquatic capital. I've heard it's a magnificent city, you know? If we're going, I wish it wasn't to wage war. It'd be more fun to visit with a cute girl on my arm.
Maybe once the war is over.
You're right. That's something to look forward to.
Professor!
Let's see. Lord Rodrigue Fraldarius has passed on.
Yeah,
Margrave
you know
Gautier
this.
has assumed his position and is now gathering the lords of the Eastern Territories. House Gautier is equal in prestige to House Fraldarius. Sylvain is a Gautier. These lords are reorganizing the Fargus army and eradicating any remaining factions that claim allegiance to the Empire. Of course, His Highness is being kept apprised with regular reports, but it falls to me to monitor him and ensure he does not try to take on too much.
Obvious.
I would ask you to do the same. If you take your eyes off that man, even for a moment, he is liable to do something rash.
Jeez.
It was over 20 years ago. There was an illness raging across Ferdiad, while people were dying left and right. It was Cornelia who saved the kingdom from that dreadful
Yes,
illness.
those who slither in the darks.
No, I hear she
plan
was originally an imperial scholar.
to
She was in the
implant
kingdom by my father's invitation.
a
People praised Cornelia as
spy,
a saint
essentially.
for ending the epidemic. But there came a day when she completely changed. Her behavior, mannerisms, likes, dislikes, everything. Despite all that, father still appointed her to a high post. After all, she had saved the kingdom from ruin by that disease. But above all, my stepmother trusted her. That's why what that woman said is... Never mind.
Up here.
What do you think?
Manuela?
What do you think? Remember the Death Knight who stabbed me 5 years ago? Of course you do. How could you forget? Well, it turns out he's a general in the Imperial Army, claiming victories on dozens of battlefields.
Of course.
But it looks like he's not at Deirdre. Like every man in my life, he's run away from me. And he'd better run. One day I'm gonna find that guy and pay him back for what he did to me.
The Crimson Flower route, they actually removed a line of dialogue from Manuela
Speaking of which,
after an update.
thank you very much. With the capital recaptured, I desire to call him Your Majesty rather than Your Highness. He would refuse my desire.
rightfully pointing out that he has not as yet been crowned. However, the day this war is ended, and the Church has placed the crown upon his head, then he will truly be our king, and I will call him Your Majesty at last. I must go hear the reports from our spies. There is something worrying me, and no, it can wait. I shall tell you more when our information is more concrete.
I thought there was a chance that Cornelia had captured Lady Rhea, but it seems that is not the case. Our next foe, Lord Arundel, was once a pious adherent to the Seros Creed. His contributions to the church stopped quite abruptly some time ago.
Well, I'm also
I think
recording.
it is likely the man knows something.
I'm also recording.
You plan to aid Claude, do you not? Huh. I think that is absolutely marvelous.
You can just ask a question now if you want.
It hurt to side against him. I am happy that things have taken a brighter turn now.
Okay. In about 30-ish minutes. Okay.
Cornelia Arnhem. That's a familiar name, yes. She once studied in the Empire. My understanding is, shortly after I left the Empire, she did as well.
Yeah.
Unlike myself, Cornelia traveled to the kingdom. Apparently, she halted a plague and was rewarded with a quite powerful appointment. That such an outstanding researcher should fall to such depravity. Sickening, Professor. I'm quite sad.
Yeah.
Even if we do enter Alliance territory, we're not gonna find Lady Rhea there.
You don't know
I
that.
wish we could leave Claude be and go attack the Empire. I
Thinking of
suppose
what
if we
you
can't
like,
beat the
don't
Empire
they just
forces
store
here,
Rhea
then
in
we can't get into
Shambhala?
the Empire lands, can we? I guess that just means it's hard work time, huh, Professor?
Have you considered traveling to the Empire, to the Kingdom, and then off to Alliance territory? Everyone certainly is busy. Perhaps it's not a bad thing now that I think about it.
It's all in the
Peace will be lovely. Peace will, one assumes, be considerably less perilous.
Hey, you.
It seems Dimitri has become downright charitable. But I believe he is operating under a serious misapprehension. It may appear as if Claude is appealing to Dimitri for aid, but that is not what is happening here. Yes, a fine example of how snap decisions based on mere appearances can lead to gross misunderstanding. Claude has asked for reinforcements from here because he knows that I am here.
No.
Simply put, he is not throwing himself on Dimitri's mercy, he is throwing himself on mine. I suppose
Yeah,
there's nothing else
no.
for it, is
Claude
there?
doesn't.
We cannot turn our backs on those in need. Let us grant him the aid he requires.
The only way Claude's asking for your assistance is a golden deer.
Hello there! Using the Great Bridge of Murden as a base, we'll spread out and cover as much ground as possible in our search for Her Grace. Judging by the information we've gathered, the most suspicious location is definitely the Imperial capital, the Hrim territory, whose leader is a mere puppet, and the Ire territory, whose leader was deposed and disappeared. The Empire has a lot of places.
Yeah,
with
we already
suspicious
know
happenings.
those other
It's
two that
certainly
we
worth
already took
investigating.
care of.
but it won't do to take too much time in relieving the Alliance army. Please, hurry.
So House Regan has regained its influence in the Alliance, and is gathering forces. Claude always was somewhat inscrutable. It's strange somehow to hear talk of his brilliance as the leader of the Alliance.
The pro-imperialist lords who have let the Empire in have their hands tied. Houses Ardelia and Gloucester are exposed and likely caught off guard. That must mean that Claude's allies are...
Count Daphne.
Without a doubt, she is providing reinforcements. She has always supported Claude. Whatever the situation, Claude's military strength is lacking. And what's more, they suffered casualties at Gronder Field. I don't know how long the Alliance forces will be able to hold out against the Empire. We've got to move quickly, or we may be too late.
And now let's go underground. See what our wolves have to say.
Professor!
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report. I hear Deirdre is our next objective. Small world. That's actually where I grew up. It's a great place.
Okay.
So, the army runs you ragged, marches you from place to place, prodding you to fight. They promised me 3 meals a day. They'd have to give a lot more than that to get me to sign on. I'd rather starve down here than deal with that.
There it is. Still answering balance. Oh, Constance.
I was most relieved to hear that no one at the School of Sorcery was harmed.
Or were they?
Capable people who bear Fodlan's future on their shoulders. We can afford to lose none of them. Yes, the future of magic is bright. Though it would be brighter if my own house's future was guaranteed. The Alliance is next on our agenda, yes? Watch carefully for my dazzling spellcraft.
Yeah.
It's happened. The Alliance is now little more than a battlefield. I guess that was inevitable. So far, Albrecht territory has remained unscathed, but that won't last forever. I appreciate the sentiment, pal, but we can't just rush into this thing. Let's make sure we're ready, yeah? We're short on time, but we have to go in prepared. If we lose this, we lose everything. The stakes are too damn high.
Yeah, and? Item. Got so much of Garthian. Pale grass. And we'll trade in that.
People have always fought, I guess. Bandits and nobles clashing over territory.
Yeah.
Things like that. So before the war, when folks talked about how peaceful everything was, I thought, what continent are you living on? I get it now. A few isolated skirmishes here and there are nothing compared to a full-blown war. The one truly peaceful place I've known was the village where I grew up.
So, the king who came back from hell, defeated the tyrants, and liberated the people.
Yeah.
It's like something out of a poetic saga.
Like
At least those
Fire Emblem 1.
Such. It isn't like the poor need some lofty air basking in glory. What they need is someone who can ease their woes, keep them fed, things like that. How they view such a king all depends on his ability to provide for them. All things considered, I imagine Dimitri will do a fine job at it.
Yeah, probably. Talk with Felix.
My uncle gave me some of my father's belongings, weapons, books, but there was something else that my old man really wanted to pass down. He wanted me to inherit his mission, ensuring that Dimitri ascends the throne. Or so I believe.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. You know what we have when it comes to fishing? Since we have that lots of fish thing going on right now. Let's see what we get. And let's see what this gets. Now, let's talk with the gatekeeper.
Professor? Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Deirdre is known as the aquatic capital. It's a beautiful town with streets that seem to float on the water and an impressive harbor. In times of peace, it would be a wonderful place for a holiday. Anyway, best of luck in the next battle.
And we were there before, in the prior paralogue. The Sword and Shield of Saros is the paralogue I am speaking There's that weight
There
minus
must
5.
be more I can do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nope. Practice is paying off.
This...
Wow.
And we'll do that. Gonna do that. Again.
I gotta ask you something. Yeah, I guess.
Friend.
Anna.
Thanks for having me. Time for business. Oh, wait. A tea party?
Thanks a million.
You could easily sell this.
Not sure I'd buy it. Good deal. Sold. This can't be. Sold. This can't be. This can't be.
It's hard to tell what she likes when you don't get much characterization through supports.
Thanks for treating me. Let's do this again, yeah?
And tea party with Lawrence.
I am here for the invitation. Thank you. Lovely aroma. Oh? Splendid. Oh?
Roses.
Oh? Indeed. You are quite an intriguing person. I would be lying if I said I did not find you fascinating.
Okay.
I see.
There we go. Perfect.
If you like this hairstyle so much, perhaps you should try it for yourself.
Nah, that's a bad hairstyle.
This flavor is exquisite. This was wonderful. Next time, I will provide the tea. Farewell.
Yeah, no, you never provide tea.
We will make a good team.
All right, I'm in. Pretty good job, if you ask me.
I'd never have learned this back in my...
I'm a quick study.
I've come too far to stop now.
Let's get some certifications here.
Piece of cake.
What are my chances of being a holy? See if it won't push me. Nah. Oh well.
Not my bet.
Save. This is going to be the end of the video. Next time, we'll do some battles. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and goodbye.